Once again, we are live. Looks like it. I think we are. Yep. On two different platforms. As usual, I'm on YouTube as well as on TikTok. Welcome in, guys. Welcome. Please drop your state if you're coming in for the first. In fact, even if you've been here for a while, please drop what state you're watching from. I'm in North Carolina at the moment. My name is Christian, by the way. If you're just joining me for the first time, I'm currently on two different platforms. So if you see my head swiveling from left to right on a regular basis, that's the reason why I'm essentially trying to keep up with the two different chats on the two different platforms. Okay. So if you do have any questions, please do not hesitate to drop them below. And if I happen to miss them for whatever reason, always remember that you can reach me directly. You can DM me. If you are watching on YouTube, YouTube needs to have some kind of messaging system or messaging platform, but they don't. So I have my IG profile linked below in the description below this video. And then if you are on TikTok, you can just send me a direct message. Okay. Um, let's see. So if you're like I mentioned, if you're joining me for the first time, welcome. My name is Christian. What I do is digital marketing and affiliate marketing. You can see here on if you're one of those watching on YouTube, the title there is like something along the lines of how simple it is to actually earn 1K online. Okay, not easy, right? I did say simple, not easy. Okay. So basically, the steps and the different things that you need to do in order to generate that are actually pretty simple. Okay. They're not easy, right? There's a difference there, right? And I say this because um, all the things that we need to do in order to generate an income online, they're not complicated. Welcome in, Jane Shadwell. Right, they are not complicated at all. They're actually pretty simple. Okay. um, and I kind of liken this to losing weight, right? All of us know, if we wanted to be in shape, right? If we wanted to, stay healthy, be in shape, not be obese, and all that type of stuff, right? For the most part, we all know, for the most part, generally speaking, the things that we're supposed to do in order to give ourselves the best possible chance to be in shape, right? But yet, when we go around on our day-to-day lives, you don't see everyone walking around looking like America's Next Top Model, right? And I'm no fitness expert or anything like that, but when it comes to, like, being healthy, being in shape, right? The simple things, like the basic things that we all know, generally speaking, you want to, not eat as much, eat less, exercise more, right? Eat healthy, eat clean, more fruits, vegetables, sleep well, drink a lot of water, things like that, right? We all, for the most part, on an individual basis, know the things that we need to be doing in order to be in better shape, but we don't necessarily do them, right? Because it requires a certain amount of discipline, right? It's difficult. It's not an easy thing to repeatedly do this stuff on a daily basis for an extended period of time, right? And that is where most people fall short, right? The things that we need to do on a regular basis, on a daily basis, in order to improve our health, they're not rocket science. They're not complicated, okay? And in the same way, when it comes to earning an income online, the different things that we're supposed to do on a daily basis, they're not difficult, right? They're not complicated. This is not brain surgery that we're doing. They're extremely simple things when it comes, like whether it's posting content online and all that. But of course, you need to post the right kind of content to attract the right kind of people who would be interested in whatever it is that we're promoting. And these are all things that you would learn how to do. Okay. So, like I said, they are simple things, right? Where most people actually fall short is with the implementation, right? And the discipline of doing these things on a daily basis for an extended period of time, right? So having said that, let's go ahead and jump into like the essentially like there's three basic things. There's three things that it comes down to when it comes to earning an income online, right? Three basic things that we all need. If we have those in place, we would be pretty much good to go. Okay. So considering that, before we get into those exact things, I always like to explain really briefly, just so we're all on the same page, exactly what digital marketing and affiliate marketing is. And for the simple fact that a lot of people have some kind of misconception about what it is. Okay, so starting off with digital marketing, right? Digital marketing is just one of these things that, for some odd reason, right, specifically in the course selling niche, right, for some odd reason, a lot of people have been misled into thinking that digital marketing is like this new thing, which is solely and only about selling digital products and specifically courses in a lot of cases, right? And that could not be further from the truth. Okay, digital marketing is goes way beyond that, right? And in simple terms, it's just basically the promotion of a product or service or business brand or yourself as a personal brand, right? Online, right? As long as we are using the internet to promote anything, right, including physical products, we are essentially engaging in digital marketing. Welcome in, Ram in Motion. Good to see you. um, it is that's essentially it, right? Just using the internet to promote stuff. Okay, whether it's the internet or any other digital channels, that is digital marketing. Okay, now affiliate marketing, on the other hand, is an extremely simple business model that allows regular individuals like you and I to promote other businesses or other people's products and services in return for an affiliate commission every single time we help them generate a sale, or in some cases leads, right? It just depends on the affiliate agreement. However, in our case, we're going to be dealing primarily with actual sales, okay? And we are going to be earning commissions from these sales, right? They're typically going to be a percentage of the full amount of whatever it is that we sold, okay? So the beauty of affiliate marketing is that it allows beginners, right, regular individuals, beginners, to get started and hit the ground running, right? Because you don't have to go through the intricacies of, maybe running a full-fledged business whereby you have to create your own product or provide your own service, right? We don't have to worry about managing inventory. We don't have to worry about dealing with shipping and handling, customer returns, or doing any kind of customer service, period. Okay, those are going to all be issues and headaches for the owners of the products to deal with. As affiliate marketers, our only job is to learn how to promote, right? How to drive traffic. Well, I should say our primary job, right, is to learn how to promote products. And typically we're going to be doing this online. And that's where the whole digital marketing thing comes into place. Okay. Because as an affiliate marketer, the most effective way to promote whatever it is that we're promoting is to use the internet, right? People forget that you can be an affiliate marketer and promote things by word of mouth or non-digital means, right? It could be taking out an ad in the newspaper or putting up a billboard, all different non-digital ways. Okay, but in order to have the best possible chance of success, the most effective way that people do it these days is through digital marketing. Okay, all right. And if you're wondering, as an affiliate, the way it's going to work is that you're going to be given a unique link, right? A link that is unique to you and only you, that you would post on the internet, right? There's correct ways to do this. There's strategies to do this to get the most eyeballs on your affiliate link, right? And it's so much so that if someone were to click on your unique affiliate link and make a purchase, you would earn a commission. Okay, the owners of the products that have the affiliate programs, they're able to tell, right, when sales come through as a result of your marketing efforts. And that's essentially how we would get that's how we would get paid. Okay, now for those of you who are on TikTok, if this stuff is making sense, please do drop some tap on the screen and drop some hearts, please, right? Or drop a one in the comments, just so I know that this stuff is actually making some kind of sense, right? If you would please do go ahead and tap on the screen, right? We're trying to get these hearts up, okay? And not only that, it helps to get it out there to more people that might be interested in learning how to do this stuff. So if you would please go ahead, tap on the screen so we can get these hearts up, okay? Let's please try to get these hearts up, right? Get some more people. Let's show TikTok, right, that this stuff is useful, so to speak. Okay. All right. So that's essentially that, right? So that's digital marketing and affiliate marketing in a nutshell, right? Now, when it comes to the implementation of all this stuff, right? Bear in mind that there are, if you want to get more in depth, I do have a free course available for you that you can grab by getting by going to my profile, right? So if you're watching on YouTube, it's going to be one of the first two links in the description below this video. You can go to that and get access to the free training that I have, right? It's a video training, right? So please don't leave empty handed. Go ahead and grab that, and it will show you like how to how to get started and give you the best possible chance of succeeding as a complete beginner, okay, as someone that has no prior experience. Because one of the things that a lot of people think is that you have to have a ton of followers, you have to get a ton of views, and like a huge audience in order to make sales online, and that is not necessarily the case, okay? It might have been more true in the past, right? But the way the algorithms work nowadays, it's more merit based or interest based, right? So you can have little to nobody following you, right? But if you put up a video that is quality and is of interest to a lot of people, and the platform and whichever social media platform you posted it on sees that people are watching and engaging, they will push it out to more people, because at the end of the day, the way these platforms make money is by having more people on their platform, okay, and keeping them on the platform so that they can serve them more ads, right? When advertisers come and pay the social media platforms to get their marketing, to get their messages in front of eyeballs, that's how the social media platforms make their money. So they want us to stay on there as long as possible. So if you create content that is engaging and thought provoking, whatever the case may be, making people react, they will push your content out regardless of how many followers you have. That's why you're able to see people just getting started get tons of views, tons of follows. But that's at the end of the day, like I mentioned, the aim here, you don't necessarily need to have a ton of followers, right? Or going viral and all that type of stuff, which is one of the things that a lot of people are always looking to, right? They think everybody's always looking to go viral, which, hey, if you do go viral, it doesn't hurt at all. It absolutely does not hurt, right? Because you're getting more eyeballs on whatever product that you're selling, but that is not it is not a necessity, okay? You can get like really low views, right? As long as they're targeted views, right, being shown to the right people, you can generate sales. Okay, so you absolutely, I definitely, if you take away anything from this, please take that, right? Like keep that in mind. Now, speaking of, so let's get into like the three simple things that you would be looking at or needing to get going, right? Let's just say you wanted to make your first $1,000 online, right? As an affiliate, you want to, like I said, when it comes to like doing this stuff online, you want to start out as an affiliate, okay? And why is that? Because there are already established products that are out there, right, that are doing extremely well, that are proven to convert, right? So that you do, when you go in, you're not going in guessing, okay? You're not going and guessing as to, like, let's say if you were creating your own product and then maybe trying to come up with do the copywriting for it, creating your sales page, um, you know, putting your marketing message out there on something that has not been proven. You don't know whether or not it's going to work. Obviously, it's going to require you to do a little more testing, taking some time, right? Whereas if you go with an already established winning product, okay, that has already proven to sell, proven to convert for thousands of other people, you already know that if things don't work out for you, it's not necessarily the product being the problem. It's more likely going to be something to do with yourself, right? With your marketing methods, with the way you present and all that type of stuff. So that's, going the affiliate route and automatically eliminates that one bit of uncertainty, right? Because you're going in knowing that, and there's thousands of them out there, literally, like so many different products that are already doing well, where you don't have to second guess, right? So you want to pick one of those, okay? So the first thing you're going to be needing is, like I said, the first thing you're going to be needing is a product, okay? And when it comes to your product, right, there's going to be different niches that you would be looking into, right? Um, if you don't know which one to go into, and if you're wondering what a niche is, that's just simply like the category of products that you want to promote, right? It's like your own little corner of the internet, like your own particular topic, right? So three of the big niches, right? Three of the big niches in no particular order would include the health and fitness niche. Okay. Oh, thank you. Finally. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, it's Bella. Bella, great. Good to see you in here. Glad to see you, Bella. It's been a while. I was just appreciate you coming in and supporting. I was just telling the guys earlier, or to whoever was in here, it's like, "Yo, guys, tap the screen. Let's get these hearts going up." And it was all dead. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. Have you gone live today by chance, or how's it been? Because it's so far TikTok is kind of not being not so nice to me. Mine was the same this morning. Slow, very, yeah, yeah. That's how it's been, extremely like painstakingly slow for me. So, but I appreciate you coming in and tapping on the screen, showing some love. I always appreciate the support. Thank you so much. I hopped off after like 20 minutes because I got frustrated. Yeah, I totally get that. I totally get that. I appreciate it. Yeah, that's one of the things that I try to do. I try to just like power through and see, maybe things might change. Maybe, I don't know, but I appreciate you coming in big time. Thank you so much. Thanks. So, but yeah, guys, that's one of my digital marketing friends. That's another thing. If I didn't mention it earlier, that is another thing that you want to keep in mind. It's an amazing community, right? You're going to meet all kinds of people, and it's important to meet people who are who all we all have like a common goal, right? All doing the same thing, right? So you can talk to people, bounce off ideas, and see how different people are doing. Learn from them, and they'll learn from you as well, right? Like it, as opposed to like operating as an island and not necessarily, it can easily get very lonely and very frustrating, if especially when you don't know what you're doing. But when you have some kind of guidance, and then you also have other people doing what you're doing, and then you see other people in the community doing well, who maybe also started around the same time as you, or maybe started after you, before you, but at least you, you can see that you're not necessarily crazy, right? Because this is something that is working for several different, you see several different people, beginners and advanced marketers alike. All right. So keep that in mind. Definitely keep that in mind. Now, we were talking about so like three things, right? So the three main or three simple things that you would need to be making your first, like say 1K online, right? And the first thing I talked about is that you're going to need a product, which when you're not sure what product to go with, there's different niches that you want to look into, okay? And I started by telling you about one of the three main niches that you should go into if you're not particularly sure which direction you want to go or what product you want to promote. So I said the first one that I talked about was the health and fitness niche, right? So anything to do with improving your health, getting fit, getting well, staying, you know, you, weight loss is a huge one, right? That's always huge. fit muscle. And by the way, within the health and fitness niche, there are little sub niches, right? So the more targeted you go, the easier it is going to become to gain some kind of traction. And then as you start growing, getting bigger, you can start expanding, right? So even within the health and fitness niche, right, you can narrow it down to like men's fitness, women's fitness, or men with men, it could be like just muscle building, right? Strength training, trying to get bigger biceps. Like there's so many different directions you can go. But the health and fitness niche overall is going to be an enormous one. And if you do anything in that space, at least you like if you have a product in that space, right? You're giving yourself a pretty good chance of doing well. Okay. Now the second niche would be the wealth niche, right? That as well also has several sub niches, and I'll go into that, right? So the wealth niche for the most part is just going to be anything that has to do with basically growing your wealth, making more money, getting richer, whatever the case may be, right? Finances, budgeting. So some sub niches as example when it comes to the wealth niche would be things like, say, maybe real estate, for example, right? Getting started in real estate, trading, right? With financial markets, right? Investing, right? Budgeting. What I'm doing right now, what we're talking about here, just learning how to earn an income online, right? That's a niche in itself, right? All within the wealth niche, right? Whether it's going the Airbnb or like anything in relation to making, learning how to make money, start a business, right? Buying, selling businesses, flipping that, whatever the case may be. Okay. So that's another niche. And then lastly, the third niche is going to be, well, the third big niche that you can go into if you're not really sure which way to go is going to be, the relationship. Thanks for the fall. I appreciate it, Tesla 41. Is going to be the relationships niche, right? So anything to do with relationships, and these are not necessarily restricted to, say, romantic relationships, right? That's a lot of times that's what people will there. That's where most people's heads go when they think about like the relationship niche, right? But again, also within the relationship niche, there are sub niches as well. So, for example, it might be, say, men who want to learn how to get better at talking to women, for example, right? Or women who want to get better or learn how to attract more men, right? Or how to get a boyfriend, girlfriend, or how to text your, how to text your significant other, or how to get your ex back, right? And then this can also go to, like, say, platonic relationships, right? Like, what is all this about? I'm new here. I just came across your page. Oh, this is essentially about anyone that is interested in learning how to earn an income online, right? I'm basically teaching people how to get started, earn an income online, if that is something that you've ever wanted to do. And this is going to be with reference to whether it's like looking to just supplement your current source of income or replace it altogether, right? Because the potential is there. For those of you who are here on YouTube, you're wondering, I just got a question on TikTok and they're just asking about what this is all about. And so I was just quickly explaining, right? So, and by the way, if it is something that you're interested in, Tesla 41, I would highly encourage you to grab the free training that I have available linked in my profile. It will basically go into all this stuff into more depth and more detail with it's video training, right? So it will show you how to get started. Is that something that you might have ever been interested in, perhaps? Have you ever considered learning how to earn an income online, Tesla 41? Let me know in the comments. Is it worldwide? Absolutely. Yes, it is worldwide. It is worldwide. Like, it's since we're doing it on the internet, right? It's digital, right? Digital marketing, using affiliate marketing, digital. Where are you located, by the way? Are you outside the United States, maybe, or? And I'm only asking that because more often than not, oh, you're in Toronto. You're perfect. Like, I mean, that's one of the biggest markets as well, you know? So no, it absolutely is worldwide. Anybody, like, we've got a lot, and especially in my group, at least the community that I'm in, we've got a lot of people from Canada. All right, lots of people from Canada. and it's just a matter of getting started and learning. So like I did say, look, for those of you that are just joining for the first time, please don't leave empty handed. If you want to get some free training that will show you how to like go into more detail explaining what this stuff is all about beyond what I'm talking about here on the live, definitely grab it. Okay, and the way to get it, just before you do that, make sure you follow, right? Make sure you follow so you don't lose me. And I'm saying that because I've made that mistake before where I might be trying to learn something and then I forget to follow the individual or subscribe if you're on YouTube, and then I can't find them later. And no matter how hard I search, I never find them. So if you're not following already, please do so. And then once you're done, if you are on TikTok and you want to get that free course that I have, uh, if you go ahead, click on the top left hand side of the screen, that's my profile picture. Click on that. Then another bigger picture of my profile is going to show up. Click on that again. It'll take you to my TikTok profile. And then once you're in there, just click on that link that I have in my profile, and you will be able, it'll put up my page where you can just go in and put your information, grab the free course that I have available. Okay. It's going to give you like lots of insight without all the craziness and all the hype and all the, the what do you, yeah, the hype basically, right? But you'll have a clear picture of exactly what it is that we're doing here. Okay. So, and again, if you have questions, please feel free to ask them. I'm an open book. I will be here to respond. And if I'm not able to answer your question for whatever reason, you can always reach me in the DMs. And by the way, with that free course, you will get, you will be able to, you'll get direct access to me, right? There's information in there. You'll see how you'll be able to reach me directly if that is something that you want, if you want more questions answered and all that type of stuff. Okay. Now, where was I? So I was basically talking about the relationship niche, right? That was the last one, right? So I was also going over the fact that you can have one of the sub niches could be like a platonic relationships, right? Like maybe how to make more friends, or say perhaps how to have a better, if you're a grandparent and you want to have a better relationship with your grandkids, right? Or better, or if you're a parent, well, how to have better relationship with your kids, or if you're an individual who wants to have a better relationship with your parents, right? Any kind of relationship you can think of, right? That is going to be one of the, that's going to be one, like a sub niche in the relationship niche that would do well. Okay. So outside of those three, though, like I don't want you to be misled into thinking that those are the only niches in which you can make, earn an income, right? There are other niches outside of just those, and of course, sports is a big one, right? There's lots of people who want to learn how to play golf. There are digital products in that space right there. Whether any kind of sport or anything that you're thinking of, and gardening, all kinds of things, any learning how to play the piano, any interest that you have, chances of interest or hobby, right, or something that you're interested in learning how to do, chances are there is a digital product out there that teaches people how to do that thing, and you as an affiliate can partner with the owners of those products that are already successful. Remember, you always want to pick on products that are already doing well and are proven to convert. Okay. They're proven to convert, so much so that you're not guessing. So once you start, you know that you too can also generate those sales. Okay. So I mentioned there are three simple things that you need to get started. I've already gone over the first one, which is your product, right? Needing your product. And I mentioned that you would need to pick your product in any one of those niches that I mentioned. Okay. Now, when it comes to the product, right, this is the other thing I need to mention. You want to go the route of promoting digital products, right? You really want to go with digital products as opposed to physical products, because the margins on physical products are extremely slim, right? Extremely small, right? The difference between what it costs a vendor to create a product and what they actually sell it for, that difference is pretty small. Okay. And so you as an affiliate coming in, you're only going to be getting a small percentage of that already small margin. All right. Whereas if you go the route of digital products, you will have much bigger margins. And vendors are willing to pay much higher commission percentages. You'll see vendors will go as far as like 30%, 40%, 50, 60, 70, 80%, 90, and even 100. Okay. So if you're selling a digital product that's say $1,000, for instance, okay, and they're giving you a 50% commission, you would earn essentially on one sale, you would be earning $500. Okay. All right, that's and those would add up pretty quickly. And as a matter of fact, I have one for you, which if you would be interested in getting started with this stuff, right? A digital product that I recommend, the same one that I learned how to do a lot of this stuff. If you're interested in getting your hands on that as well, you can, right? And it's called Digital Wealth Academy. And the great thing about it is that once you get that product, you will instantly get access to become an affiliate for the product, whereby they pay an 85% commission. Okay. And the product itself is a $497 product, right? The course. But if you wanted to get that, the great thing is you do not have to come up with those funds up front, right? Because they do have plans available for anyone that's interested for as little as nothing down and only 40 something bucks a month, with the first installment not being due until like say 30 days later. So you could find yourself in a scenario whereby you get it for nothing down, right? Go through the material, start implementing, start earning, and you've already earned enough within before your first installment is due, right? So essentially you would get it without coming out of pocket with anything. Okay. So those are that's just something for you to consider. Okay. But if you are interested, like I said, I do have a free course available, so go grab that from my profile, grab that free course from my profile, and you will be able to you'll see how all this stuff works in more detail. Okay. And why it is possible for you, even as a complete beginner, to start getting results. Okay. So keep that in mind, right? So we did mention, so that was the first thing I mentioned. So the product, and I was talking about going the digital route, going with the digital product as opposed to say a physical product. Because let me just paint a picture for you really quickly, right? Let's just say, for instance, you were selling a digital product that costs $10. Okay. Sorry, you were selling a physical product that costs $10, right? And the commission on it was just say 10%. For each sale that you generated of that one physical product at $10, you would be earning, and you would only be earning a $1 commission. Okay. Which means that in order to generate $1,000, you would have to sell 1,000 units of that $10 digital product, right? Because for each one you'd be making just $1. Whereas if you look at this same scenario whereby you're selling a digital product, let's just say that costs, there's even been, okay, like I've actually even sold, there's even been one, let's just say a $2,500 digital product at a 40% commission. You would only need to generate one sale of that to earn that same $1,000, right? I know that might seem pretty daunting for a beginner. You might feel like, okay, but it's really hard to sell something like that. Obviously, it's easier to sell a $10 product versus say a $2,500 product. But you'll be surprised to know that the amount of effort that goes into promoting the digital product versus the physical product is not really that different. Okay, it's like for the almost the same amount of effort, right? For almost the same amount of effort, you could make way more, right? And selling way less. Okay. Another perfect example, like with this one, for example, Digital Wealth Academy, like that I've mentioned to you, right? Which I would highly encourage you to get started with. Um, is and by the way, if you do get started with it while we're here on the live with me, you will get access to me, and you will have my personal phone number, which you can use to text me as often as you want, or even call me. We can get on a call as need be, just to show you your ropes, everything step by step. So keep that in mind, and you will be able to get access to it if you just get that my free training that I mentioned, that's linked in my profile. When you get access to that free training, you will also be able to get access to Digital Wealth Academy as well if you decide that you want to make that purchase. Like I said, they do have plans available, so keep that in mind. So with Digital Wealth Academy, as an example, it's a 490. Let's just call it, yeah, 497, right? It's a $497 product. they pay an 85% commission. So with each sale that you generate, you would be earning $422.45. So you would only have to make three sales of that to hit your $1,000, right? To hit your $1,000 or more, right? You'd actually be looking at 1,200, like closer to $1,300, right? So think about that. If you're promoting, if you could even make just one sale a week, right? You could do that you could earn your 1,000 within a month, okay? Right? And again, inside the course, they teach you how to do all this stuff to promote the course. And the thing about it is, you do not have to resell the course if that is not something you want to do, because they do teach 15 different ways to earn an income online, right? 15 different strategies to earn an income online that do not include selling the course as an affiliate. So keep that in mind. There's lots of value in there. As an example, some of the things that they may that you would learn, the UGC content is definitely one of them, right? That's user generated content, whereby companies might send you stuff for free and want you to like maybe do like a little video for them where you're not even showing your face on camera if you don't want to, right? And you send it back to them and they will pay you up front, right? They'll pay you up front and they'll post it on their social media platforms. So you don't even have to have your own social media, your own social media pages if you don't want to. That's just an example. There's TikTok Shop. That's another thing that they'll teach you, that you'll learn how to do inside there, right? TikTok Shop is huge, is popular, right? A lot of people are getting on board with that, but that's mostly physical products, right? But you got to drive a lot of volume, a lot of volume in order to earn sales, to earn a lot with products that you sell, physical products that you sell on with TikTok Shop. Then there's also Amazon as well. You can learn how to do reviews, like with the stuff that you already have laying inside your house. If you're someone that shops on Amazon, like even if you don't shop on Amazon a lot, but chances are you probably do, right? Every time you get something, that's a review video that you can make and post it on their platform, and it will be earning you income passively month after month. When people come and they see your videos, which you don't even have to put your face in if you don't want to, they'll come in, they see your videos, they click on your link, open to for whatever it is that you're reviewing, right? If they happen to be looking for that same item on Amazon, they see your video, they click on it, go make a purchase, you earn a commission, okay? From something that you just do one time and it's there just earning you income passively over and over and over and over, okay? And of course, the more products you review, the more income you're going to make, the more money you're going to make. It's really that simple. It's a volume game, right? So there are people inside our community who just on Amazon reviews alone, right, are generating four figures, right? 3 grand, 4 grand a month, right? Five, right? Passive, right? So there, like I said, there's so like print on demand, drop shipping. These are all different strategies to different ways to earn an income online. Okay. And you will learn all of those inside Digital Wealth Academy. But like I said, just to get your feet wet, go ahead and grab that free training that I have. It'll show you how this stuff works in more detail. And if you're wondering again where to get it, if you're just joining for the first time on TikTok, just go to the top left hand side of my screen, of your screen, click on my profile picture up there. That's going to open up a bigger profile picture of mine. Click on that again, and it will take you to my TikTok profile, where you just go down to the bottom, click on the link, and it'll take you to my page where you can just enter your email and you'll get all that stuff for free sent to your email. Okay. Now, for those of you who are watching here on YouTube, it's going to be like it's going to be the links, one of the two links that I have linked in the description below the video. All right. So we've covered our product, right? We needed the three things that I mentioned. We've covered the product, right? We're going the digital product route primarily. That's what I would recommend, right? So that you start earning as much money as possible as soon as possible. Okay. Next, I mentioned that we're going the digital product route. Now, the next thing that you're going to need is a platform. Okay, so the second of the three things you're going to need is a platform. Okay, and a platform on which to house your digital product that you're going to be selling and promoting. That would be the place. That would be kind of like a website, right, where you would put your affiliate link, or an online store. And that is what you would promote all over the internet so that people can find you, find whatever it is that you're selling, click on it, and make purchases whereby you make those commissions. Now, examples of some platforms that you may or may not have heard of. Let's just say if you don't have your own website, that you might have heard of Stan, right? Stan Store is definitely a popular one. There's Beacons as well. So there's Stan, there's Beacons. So, sorry. Yeah, two. Yeah, yeah. Yep. Thanks. Sorry about that, guys. I just had someone a question. Where was I? Right. So beacons. There's beacons. There's a Gumroad. There's these are all different platforms that you can use to promote your products. Right. Beacons, Gumroad. You can use Systeme.io. Right. That's another one. Um, there's so many of them, right? ClickFunnels, right? Lead pages. These are just all different platforms that you need to, have house your whatever product it is that you're going to be selling. Okay. And then lastly, the last thing you're going to need, right, is your traffic. Okay, the audience. And this is the part where most people fall flat, right? This is where a lot of people end up given up because it's the hardest part. It's the hardest component of the three things. Okay. And this is where, if you were just to tie it back to how we started in the beginning, this I was saying it's simple things that you need to do on a daily basis in order to earn these commissions. But there's a certain aspect of discipline and consistency that's required that a lot of people tend to not have, right? A lot of people they end up giving up, right? And they end up giving up because they want to see instant results, and they're not getting those results instantly. We're too many, like, instant gratification is our problem. If you can come to terms with the fact that you're gonna have to deal with some kind of delayed gratification for doing the simple work that you do on a daily basis, right? Knowing that down the road, like, maybe a couple weeks, a month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, and you keep doing this simple work every single day, the sales are going to start coming. Okay, you need to generate traffic that way, because it's one of two things. You can either try to generate that traffic organically for free, or you're going to have to pay for it, right, with ads, right? Spending money on ads. And I don't recommend that if you're just getting started, because you can easily lose your shirt especially when you don't know what you're doing. Okay. Learn how the marketing stuff works with free traffic, organic. And then once you get to that point where you know what's converting, what's works, then you can start pouring gasoline onto the fire with paid ads, right? And scaling that way. Okay. So that's essentially it in a nutshell, right? So it's your audience, it's the traffic. And the way we generate this traffic is by creating content online. And this is something that you're going to learn how to do inside Digital Wealth Academy, right? Learning how to generate that content, how to create that content to generate traffic. All right. That's it for now. I got to jump off. I got to get going. If you have any questions, just reach me in the DMs. And if you want to get access to that free training in the course, just go to my profile, click on it, get access. And same goes for those of you on YouTube, same thing. All right. Thank you ever so much for watching. I'll catch you in my next one. Ciao.